Shalom, everybody. So I'm gonna make a little video about some things that have been revealed to me through Yah's word and through other people also, and through my dog Faith. So this is Faderton. She has a lot of names: Faith, Faderton, Faderlin, Faith, all kind of names, and she responds to them all. However, I hope everybody's having a good day. Today is our last day of unleavened bread that we're celebrating, and it's been a beautiful, peaceful day, spending time in His Word and just relaxing, and I'm grateful for it. And so just stick with me on the video, and I just hope that what I share encourages somebody. My husband actually made a video recently about things that he's learned through our dog Faith, how Emuna, which is Faith, is the opposite of her characteristics, right? He was explaining how her characteristics are, she goes off of her emotions, and that's the opposite of Emuna, right? We should be stable and unwavering. And she is not like that. So it showed him that aspect. But I want to come at it from a different angle, something positive, because she is unstable, and I completely agree with his video. I'm the one who encouraged him to make that and put the fact of that in there, because she does show us that Faith is not like her characteristics, unstable, going off of our emotions. We are tossed to and fro, and we don't know if she's going to respond one way towards the same situation twice, how she's going to respond. However, that I do want to come at it from a different angle. So I want to start off with just from the beginning, how we got her. So really quick, I had 2 dogs of my own when I met my husband, and he wanted his own dog. So I found this lady on an ad who had puppies, and they were like pitbull mixes, but she just said bulldog mixes. She didn't say what they were exactly. And we went, and we were actually going to get a boy dog. He was a white dog with blue eyes. And he was acting a little aggressive that day. And she said, this dog right here, she would run and hide, and she didn't like all the commotion and the bullying and stuff that was going on. And so we were going to pick him, and then she just happened to be sitting under our feet. And I was like, honey, look at her. I was like, I think we have to take her. I was like, she's literally sitting there looking at us like we have to take her. So it's kind of weird how that happened, but we chose to take her. And from the time that we had her, I mean, she was like itty bitty. She was an ugly little thing too. I was telling my husband, I was like, she's an ugly little thing. And she had scars on her and stuff from how all the other dogs were bullying her. And so she would be very aggressive with food and stuff, and she would growl at us, act like she wanted to eat us when we would try to give her, we gave her a treat, and if we would go to get the treat from her, she would growl at us like crazy, and it was bad. We were like, we're gonna have to get rid of her. We just noticed that she had a lot of fear, and we looked into it, and it was fear aggression. And so how she was responding had to do with the fear that she had inside of her, and she didn't know how to respond. She didn't know how to trust. She didn't know that we were for her and not against her, because I guess her brothers and stuff, they bullied her, and it must have been pretty bad. So anyways, over time, we just watched her grow and stuff. And so through patience and correction, through much time to spend with her and speaking to her gently and kindly, and positive reinforcement was a huge thing. We had to positively reinforce her over and over. And obviously when she did things wrong, we told her that it was wrong. And but it was the positive reinforcement is what really, really changed with her, because you can yell at her all day long and it doesn't do anything. It's the positive reinforcement. Come here, Faith. Come on. Come on. Come on, Faith. Come on. Faith, come on. Faderton, come. Come on. Good girl. Come on, sweetie. Come on, Faith. Good girl. So I just want to share really quick the fruit of her. She started to learn. She started to listen. She started to trust us. She started, we would just see that she started to trust, like when we would try to take her treats away and like we would take it and then we would keep it or we would give it back to her. She started to trust that we were out to get her, you know. Even in public, we took her out to different places and stuff and just tried to work with her with other people and just see in different environments because she had so much fear. One time we were in Chicago and a train came by and I tried to grab her to like comfort her and she bit my hand. And I was like, this ain't gonna work. But it was because she was scared. She was like, she would panic at every little thing. And so now we notice is that she comes when she's called. So I want to go back to this last weekend or the weekend before when I recorded a short film. It was called Borrowed Shalom. And I saw something in her that weekend that I never had really noticed before, and it made me very grateful. So I chose to take 2 dogs with me. We have 3, and she was the pick, and Luke, our golden retriever, was the pick because she listens, and Foxy, our other dog, she wanders off a lot. Like you have to keep calling her and she does not listen to you. Foxy does not listen. You call her, she wanders off and she will look at you and be like, bye, you know, and she'll just like keep wandering off and you call her and call her and call her. She won't come and it's bad. So I knew that I wanted to take her and Luke. Luke is not as bad as wandering off. I have to keep him tied out sometimes. But so we were going over this little bridge. There was an outhouse and an out shower and I wanted her to go with me. It's okay. It's a bee. It's a bee, Faith. That's Buzzy. That's Buzzy the bee. And so there was an outhouse and an out shower. And I was like, come on, Faith, like come with me. Because it was kind of dark and stuff if I had to go to the bathroom. And she wasn't like quite sure yet. She would run over there on her own. But when I was calling her to come with me, she wasn't quite sure if she wanted to come or not. And so when I got out of the bathroom, she would be waiting at that bridge, waiting for me. And then that one morning I took a shower and she was waiting at the bridge. She literally sat and waited for me the whole time. And I was just really amazed. And as she would like wander off and Luke would kind of like go off a little bit further, I would, you know, always call Faith first. Faith would come and listen and then Luke kind of follows her. So it just really showed me just, I don't know, it showed me so many different things that I can't even really express. But it just made me very grateful for her that she listens and the fact that she trusts us now, right? And she can trust our calling, that we're calling her. And sometimes she comes. Vader, leave it, come. Leave it, come. Come on, Faith. Come on, girl. Yes. Come on, sweetie. Good girl, Mama Tins. And she's afraid of correction. She's working on that right now. Like knowing that she's going to get corrected and she's a little afraid. She might like come and kind of like juke around us and we have to kind of like baby talk her to be like, it's okay, you know, but then we'll still discipline her. This video I saw the other day, his name is Moshe Yahuah. This is what made me make the video. His video inspired me to make this video. So he has 2 dogs. And one is Shaggy and one is Savannah, and they're from the same litter. And he said how they're completely different. One is very obedient as far as like not tearing up things and stuff. It's very chill. And then the other one is like more energetic. She tears up everything and she's very destructive. And they actually both ended up killing his one of his goats or sheep or something like that. And so he was gonna get rid of one of them. And he decided not to. And he said it wasn't until like a few days later that Yah showed him something through his dog about what it means to be a person after Yah's own heart. And so he noticed that his dog, Savannah, the more destructive one, every time he would call her, she came. And it showed him.
When I look at my life, am I Shaggy or am I Savannah? Do I come when my father calls? Do I hearken to his voice no matter the cost? Do I trust his love even in the chastening? Do I seek out his judgments? Do I actually desire his correction? And through it all, do I rest in the knowledge that his love and mercy are perfectly applied? Here's what I've come to see. Maybe being a man or a woman after Yah's own heart isn't about being flawless. It's about being the one always returns. The one who hearkens to his call no matter what. The one who trusts his love even when corrected. Could that be a part of what it means to be after his heart?
He said, what if being after Yah's own heart isn't about being perfect, but about being close enough to hear him and coming when he calls, even when we've messed up? So that's what I started seeing about Faith, our dog. Come here, Faith. Come on. Come on. Come on, Faith. Come on. Come on. Come see the peoples. Come on. And so that's what I started seeing in Faith. She's still learning. She's not perfect by any means. However, one thing about her is she stays close. Like, she's never wandered off so far yet that she can't hear us. Even where we live, she'll go off into the woods right there, but she stays close enough to where she hears us and she comes back. She listens. She comes when called. She's grown to trust us. She knows that we're for her. Yeah, she does make mistakes. You know, she still has a little attitude with the other dogs and she thinks she's the boss, but she's learning. You know, she trusts us and she actually listens when we try to correct her. When she's like growling at Luke, our other dog, just because they're like best friends, but she'll growl at him and be like, I'm the boss. But like when we say, easy, Faith, easy, she'll start wagging her tail and she'll like lick him and stuff. So she's grown so much. So I want to tie this back. You know, like that guy's video said, what if being after Yah's heart is not about being perfect? However, always listening to his voice and learning to trust him and his correction that he gives us. So Psalms 119, it says, before I was afflicted, I went astray, but now I guard your word. So his word leads us and it teaches us and it helps us grow. And that affliction at time is what can teach us the biggest lessons, and it can teach us to fear Yah. Oh, one more thing I forgot to add. So her and Foxy, our little fox, the German Shepherd Corgi mix, got into a fight. 2 fights they've had already. And it always happens like when they would be excited in the yard. And Foxy is a herding dog, so she would go and like snap at Faith, trying to break up her and Luke from playing. And I guess Faith just felt like she had to defend herself or something. And so so Foxy attacked Faith, and Faith defended herself. And my husband was with me that day. We were able to break that fight up. It was so bad. I thought Foxy died. She had blood coming out of her neck. It was pretty gruesome. And so we had to keep them separated. It was such a hard time. I mean, I thought I was going to have to get rid of Foxy because she was the more rehomable one. Like, we didn't think we could rehome her. And so it was I stayed out of work that whole week. No lie. Like, I was sick. And so then literally a whole year later, like almost to the week, a year later, I got home from work and I pulled up. And Foxy went and did the same thing to Faith. She bit her. And Faith attacked her. And I mean, out of defending herself, because it happens all the time, you know, like they would snap at each other all the time, like playing and stuff, and nothing ever happened. So I'm not sure why these situations happened to the extent that they did. And it got so bad. I tried to break up the fight. I was by myself. It was the most traumatic thing. And my arm, I have scars on my arm where Foxy was hanging onto my arm in the air, and I was trying to break them up, and she bit onto my arm thinking she was biting her, defending herself. And so anyway, she was just defending herself. Faith was, out of fear because of what Foxy did. Yes, Faith is stronger, and pit bulls have the tendencies to like latch on and to not let go. But we went to the vet and we explained to the vet the situation, and he was like, my husband went and dug a grave. Like, we both cried. I cried watching him, and it was really hard. He dug a grave, and we were going to put her down that morning, and my husband just didn't really want to show any emotion in that. He didn't know how to express himself in that moment because it was kind of unfair. You know, Foxy started it, but yet Faith was defending herself, and then she's like the one who listens to everything. So it's just really hard. So anyways, I just want to share that the hole we dug for Faith, we are now using as a compost to bring life. Because the vet told us it was unfair to put Faith down when Foxy starts it, and to work on obedience with both of them and keep them separated, and that's what we do. And so we now use that compost bin as a source of life, and we still have to keep them separated. And Foxy's the one who is the instigator. I'll show you right here. So like Foxy will just go and bark and bark and bark, or she'll just whine and try to jump over the fence to get to Faith, and just to try to like be the little instigator at her, you know, and Faith just wants to play. And so it just shows me a lot, this whole situation of how we can look at situations with one lens instead of the full picture. Like, okay, a pit bull who latched on, put her to sleep, call it a day, right? And not looking at the whole story or situation, like how Foxy started it, how Foxy keeps trying to start it, and also like the love that you can pour into something, and the devotion and the time that you can pour into something, like all the love that we pour into her, and the affirmations. And now she comes and she's not afraid of us. And that's kind of like with Yah, you know, he disciplines us because he loves us. And sometimes we ran in our life and we would run from him and we were afraid to be corrected. However, he does it because he loves us, and that affliction that we go through and that discipline, it teaches us to fear him. And now, you know, we can hear his calling and we don't run. We fall, we get back up, we repent, we see his correction as a loving father correcting us and guiding us along the right way. And I see that in her. She looks to us for that, you know, and it just amazes me how y'all can show us these little things even in our animals. And it's funny because every time we sit down to like read or study or anything like that, one of our dogs will act up. Something will happen. There's something always happening in the midst of that, like almost every time. And it's like such a hindrance, it seems like, right? You know, but they don't know. They don't know what they're doing in that aspect. Like I said about that guy's message, you know, maybe being after y'all's own heart isn't about being flawless, but about being willing to come when he calls, staying ever so close to him that even when we're still learning and we make a mistake, we heed to his calling. And so it's just the perfection, not being perfect, not the perfection, but the growth, the learning to trust, learning to listen, and learning that we're actually for her is what she has shown me. And so yeah, I think that's really it, you know. It's just Yah is amazing, and reading in his word. So I asked my husband, can he share one thing that he can share that he's seen in Faith that can help correlate with the message? And he said that people grow. Ugly, bad people can grow and can change, and there is redemption. And we know that I'm only a human being that's her master, right? Like, I'm human, and even my correction in how I correct her could even affect her harmfully. If I correct her in a harsh way, and I abuse her, and I yell at her, and I slam things, and I scare her, it's gonna cause her more fear. It's gonna cause her more trauma. And how we correct those that we have dominion over makes a big difference. But Yah is a perfect corrector. That guy even said that in his video. You know, he was sharing how like he corrects his dogs and stuff, and he's had to learn even through that how to correct them differently, because sometimes we can do things the wrong way. Or sometimes you punish the wrong dog and you don't really know who started it. Like, you come home and you find something chewed up and you're like, who did this? Who did this? And you're holding it up to both of the dogs and you have to watch their reaction. But Yah knows what he's doing, and he sees everything, and he corrects those who need correcting. And even us as being ugly, bad people who have made terrible mistakes in our life, and those who continue to do so, there is still an opportunity for Yah to change them, and for them to heed to the calling of the Father, and to listen to his correction, and to heed to his law, his Torah. Oh, here's a very good one. Okay, so I was reading this earlier and it reminded me of the same situation. So Psalms 119:05 says, "Oh, that my ways were established to guard your laws. Then I would not be ashamed when I look into your commands." So it reminded me of the comparison of Foxy and Faith. When you call Foxy and she's running off and she don't listen, she don't want to come to you. If she comes, she's going to take off running, pew, and she's going to go past you so fast because you know you're going to whoop her on the butt. Like we always tap her on the butt, but she knows that's coming. So she like runs past you, right? But like Faith, she will come and she's learning to kind of submit to the correction, and she will come to us. And like I said, she'll juke around a little bit. But what I saw with this is that if we keep his laws, right, and our ways are established to guard his laws, then we will not be ashamed. So if we heed to his correction and we do the things that he's telling us to do, and we follow in that way, then we are not going to have that shame and not be ashamed. Yes, we fall and we get back up because we're heeding to his correction. We're not running and we're not staying away from him. We are heeding to the correction. We are heeding to his commandments. So that was a beautiful contrast that I saw earlier. So Psalms 119:50 says, "This is my comfort in my affliction, for your word has given me kai," or life. You know, a lot of our afflictions bring pain and sorrow. Sometimes we have to get rid of things. Sometimes we have to give things up. Sometimes we lose things or we gain things. But, you know, walking in faith, walking in that Emuna, that steadfast, unchanging faith, we know that his word does endure till the end. And so whatever situation we're in, he can work it out. And he comforts us even in our afflictions. So just to wrap it up, I don't want to make this too long, but I just wanted to share that, you know, and like I said from that guy's video, what if being a person after Yah's own heart is not about being perfect, but is about being close enough to hear him when he calls and not being afraid of his correction. I see in Faith, she is not afraid of our correction anymore, and she trusts us. And there was times to where, I mean, she would just run and hide and we couldn't even get her out from behind the bed. And she comes when we call her now, and she feels safe with us. And she actually feels safe with other people. I couldn't even get her to be close with my dad. She would growl and she just would bark at him and act like she wanted to eat him. And now she can sit at his feet and not growl one time and take treats from him and even licked his finger. So that is a huge transformation. And it just takes patience. It takes time. It takes positive reinforcement. It takes love. You know, we got to remember what love is. Love is patient. Love is kind. All of those things. And if we pour that out onto other people, even when they fall and even when they make mistakes, what transformation could they have? So I hope everybody, again, is having a good day. And I palal that you guys are staying strong in the midst of all the adversity going on. If you haven't subscribed to our channel, I encourage you to do so you can see our upcoming content. And it just helps us out. And we thank you for watching. And may Yah barak you and make his face shine upon you. Shalom.